Hi, I'm Beverly Bilbo, and I am so excited to invite you to join us for our 34th annual Blizzard Breakaway Conference, which will be conducted in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee at the beautiful Dollywood DreamMore Resort, February 10th through the 14th. I've taken the time to create this video to assist a little bit with the registration process. 4 nights lodging. The conference begins on Saturday night. That's February 10th. It will include the 4 nights lodging, Saturday night through Tuesday night, checking out Wednesday morning. It also will include your conference registration fee, because there's always a fee, to attend a conference. It helps cover the rental of the ballroom, the facilities, things of that nature. Also, it provides for you a dinner show. We will also have Sunday lunch will be included there at the DreamMore Resort. In between, right after the Sunday morning service, we'll have lunch together, and then we'll be able to have some free time that afternoon, come back for service that night. And then you'll also receive a conference t-shirt, a cool ink pen, notebook, journal, and a tote bag. And so all of those things are included, as well as the dinner show. The thing that I really want to have everybody focus on who's planning to attend is there are 4 lodging room types. I need you to select the lodging room type that you're going to want that best suits you and your family and your needs. That's the first thing. Why is that so important? It's because the hotel has only accommodated me 4 to 6 of each room type. Some room types I have 4, some I have 5, and one room type I have 6 of. And every year it seems like our attendance changes a little bit in the regards that somebody says, oh, I need another room with 2 double beds, or somebody else says, I've got 6 people sleeping in my room. How can we work that out? So if we end up with several of you needing one particular room type, I need that information as soon as possible. There will be another conference being conducted at the resort simultaneously while we are there. So the hotel has offered me a room block of lodging rooms and them a room block of lodging rooms. And I want to try to help you get whatever you need. So the first thing to weigh out is your room type. So let's talk about that for a minute. When you'll see on the registration form, there is an option for standard rooms, either a room with 2 double beds, which sleeps 4 people comfortably, or maybe there's just 2 of you. It doesn't matter, but it can accommodate up to 4 people. Then there is a standard king room, but it's a little different. Most hotels, a standard king room only sleeps 2 people, but this one can sleep 4, because right next to the king size bed attached to the wall are a set of bunk beds. So if it's 2 adults traveling with 2 children, or even 4 adults, because they're full-size bunk beds, very nice. And so you could have 2 to 4 people in the king size room. So I need you to weigh that out. I've got 4 available of those king rooms with the bunk beds. Then I have, 5 available of the standard doubles. Then there's another room that sleeps 4 people, but it's laid out a little differently, gives you a little bit more privacy, and the lodging on that room does cost more than the standard rooms. And so it's called a family suite. So the family suite, the way it's laid out is there's a king bed, and then there's a dividing wall, and then there are the 2 bunk beds. So it gives you a little privacy if that's what you're looking for. That is called a family suite. You'll need to know this information. First of all, before you can do any registration, you need to know what room type best accommodates you and your family's needs. The last room type can sleep from 1 to 6 people. It's called a junior suite, and it's the most expensive in our room block. And but if you're having 4 or 5 6 people stay in the room, of course, you're dividing that fee out unless it's all for one family. But so that makes the cost a little bit less if you're having friends and come and share a room with you. But that room has a king bed, it has the bunk beds in there, and then it has a sofa sleeper, which can sleep 1 or 2 people. Therefore, you can accommodate 5 to 6 people in that one room, and that is called the junior suite. Now, every year, it seems like we have some people that say, hey, I want to come up a day early. I know the conference doesn't begin till Saturday, but I really want to come on Friday night. Okay, so your registration fee does not include Friday night's lodging, but it will need to be paid. Or there are sometimes people that say, I want to stay an extra night. So on Wednesday morning, the 14th, Valentine's Day, if you're not planning on checking out that day, but you're saying you want to stay there that night, then that's another fee added as well. So all of these things are workable, and in the registration form, I've made accommodations for that. I think the last major thing I need to point out is if you have children in your room. So say, for example, if your room has 2 adults and 2 children, then when you register, you would pick your room type. Say if it's a king room, you'll say you would pick the king standard room for 2 adults. That will be what you owe. And then scroll on down the registration page and you'll find 3 different types of registration for children depending on their ages. And the reason for that is some of the places we're going, the Sunday lunch, also the dinner show, there are different fees for each age bracket. So it's broken down there for you. So you would select 2 children and 2 adults if that's how your room is going to be laid out. Now, when you go into the purchasing of your tickets, please notice that everyone has to pay a deposit in the registration fee. The deposit is due first. That's due November the 15th. Everything has to be paid by January 6th. And you may think, why so early? Well, because I have to pay the hotel the 8th. They are wanting from me my final rooming list with the names of everybody in all the rooms, the room types that we need, and all the accommodations to be made, and they want the final payment. So I need to get all the payments collected by January 6th so that by the 8th I will be able to cover the expenses due for all of the activities that we'll be doing as a group. So if you can help with that, that's going to be wonderful. When you're going to register, remember, keep in mind what room type you need, and you will see options. If you're wanting to pay it in payment plans, you can pay it your registration in November, then you can pay a December payment, and then by January 6th, pay your final payment. And you just pick which room type you're going to pay that for. There's always some people that say, hey, I want to pay the whole thing right now up front, have it done and over with. That's fine too. So what would you do? You would pay your $50 deposit, and then you would pay your full price registration. And all of that's broken down. So there are multiple tickets on the page. I think there's probably like 20 tickets for you to choose from, because you're going to be choosing if it's full price for a family suite or full price for a junior suite or a single, a standard room, whether it's double beds or kings. And then you'll also be picking if you're wanting to do instead the payment plan. So then you're going to go in December, make that payment, and then by January, make that payment for your specific room type. We also need to get, as you're registering, and all of that information will be on the registration form. It will walk you through it all. We need the t-shirt size for each member in your family, so we can order the t-shirts, and you would have that as a memory of the trip, a souvenir to take home with you. But the most important thing about these conferences is the spiritual impact. God has seen our hearts from the time we birthed this conference, that we wanted people to be able to get away from normal life, just get away, go up into the mountains, and to find a time to have a spiritual encounter with the Lord, to let the Holy Spirit just move in their life. And that's how this conference is designed. We're so thrilled that part of our ministry team this year, we will have Joshua and Bethany Rasmussen. We will have Prophet Patrick Kitely. We will have my husband, Garland Bilbo, and myself will be ministering. And there is a slight possibility that our son and his wife, Brandon and Rochelle Bilbo, will be able to join us. But we're going to have an amazing time as hungry people gather and say, I want to go deeper in the realms of the Spirit. I want to leave this conference with such an impact being made in my life that when I go home, I'm going to be able to minister to others and to charge them with the power and presence of the Holy Spirit. That is what it's all about. But the lagniappe on top of that is that we get to have a wonderful time with fellow believers and to encounter a lot of laughter and fun and just social interaction. It's going to be a great time. That's February 10th through the 14th, 2024, and registration is open right now. So I'd love for you to weigh it out and register and come be a part of our conference this year. Please remember, I can't guarantee room types. I can't even guarantee rooms if you wait too long about registering. If you have an idea you're coming and you need a little more time, please let me know. I will do everything I can to help make that possible. But we do have a limited amount of rooms. It's going to be awesome. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you at Blizzard Breakaway 2024.